स्विमिंग पूल की है आ रहा है आगे चलिए
अरे रवि बोलो ना रवि
तो भी क्या करूँ हाँ बोला मैं बोलो तो भी मैरी में यहाँ पे एक अरे भाई उनको सीधा चे उधर करने दो ना नहीं अच्छा हाँ आइले फुल बिच्चू हाँ तो यहाँ पे इधर ये राइट साइड
इधर बोलो उधर मैम वो है नहीं कर लेगा
अभी देख 100 फोटो मारा है टा 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 कर रहा है
चेक माइक चेक
क्या है
पहले आप लोग फोटो लेंगे या फिर पहले हम लोग
बात कर लेते हैं फिर
पहले फोटोज कर लेते हैं
कर लो भाई कर लो फोटो कर लो
चेयर हटा
कर लो फोटो
तो चलो
थोड़ा उसके मूवमेंट के चलो मैं लाइट भी ऑन करना थोड़ा राजा लाइट देना
कैसे रे इतना काफी
अरे देना लाइट कम पर
नहीं जाएगा
लाइट देना
सोफिया इंडिया में जो आप आई हैं और आज जो ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हम लोग कर रहे हैं इसके बारे में आप प्रेस को क्या बताना चाहती हैं ब्रीफ करें माइक
Namaste. Do I need this?
Yeah.
yes for the camera and it will be good if you talk in Hindi.
So first of all, I just want to honor everybody that's in this room today. Because there's a truth that you don't know. And that truth is that all of you are gods. Every single one of you are gods. I've been on a journey for the last 2 years, and more intensely since September the 10th last year, where I've been in various meditation groups, and the most holy, sacred things have happened. The first thing that happened when I was in a meditation group, my body felt really weak, and out of my body, there was a body that came out, and it was like the sun. And I cried, but I was weak, because I had to be weak for this to come out. And I said, it's the strength for everybody in this world. And then secondly, a body of white light came out of me, and I knew it was pure love of the Virgin Mary. I didn't understand then what that meant. After that, somebody went on a meditation, and they had visions of me, and said I had a gift of healing. So I went to see a healer, and he said to me, you have a gift, and I did some training with him for 6 months. And I started to use that healing on people, and to date, I've had 2 women come to me who were completely medically infertile, proven to be infertile. And they both had children. They both knew that their ovaries were bubbling. The girl said, my ovaries are bubbling right now. And she wrote back to me 6 weeks later telling me that she's successfully frozen her eggs, and another one who's had a child. Since then, someone came to me with a brain tumor and sent me a photograph, and I did a remote healing from my home. He wasn't present, and somebody else on the same day sent me a picture of a child born with a heart condition. Both are now clear. I knew something was happening with me. Then this Gaia did a meditation with a plant called ayahuasca, which is a tea that they drink in the indigenous forest, made of 2 different trees. And they say one goes into a deep meditation, and it can show you things. He came back, and he said, he heard a voice, a spirit's voice, who said, Sophia is a planet of wisdom, information, and healing. I thought he was quite strange. You know, some of you might be listening to me right now saying, there's some stuff she's saying that is strange. So I wrote myself to this meditation, and I drank the tea. Half an hour before the meditation, I had received a phone call that my father died. I went into shock because I hadn't seen him for so long. But I knew I had to stay there in the meditation, and I knew I was going to meet him. That day, I died of my body, and I entered the world that you will all enter when you pass away. I met my father, and he also spoke, and he said, I'm the father of Sophia. He spoke through me. He took over my body and he spoke through me. People were witness to this in the room. And he said, I'm the father of Sofia Hayat. I have done bad things. Sophia can clear them. I didn't understand what that meant, but I wasn't of the body. I was pure spirit. And I spoke to him, and he said, I said, where are you? He said, I'm always in your heart. I was also very aware that I was surrounded by angels. And they were telling my father, you have to go now. She has work to do. Then my breath got taken over, and I kept saying the word Om, Om. It kept coming from me. If anyone knows my history, I was born Muslim, became Christian. And this kept happening. My hand kept going into prayer. And I saw, I was not of the body. I was in a place of complete darkness, and I was consciousness, and I saw that the word Om, spoken for the first time, came from me, and it created strings of vibration that created everything in existence. I still didn't understand what that meant. And then, on the 3rd day of the meditation, I got taken over, and I started talking in this room full of 10 people, and I was saying, I am the Virgin Mary. Jesus of Nazareth is my son, born of God. Sofia Hayat is Mary. I bring peace and joy to the world. Again, I didn't understand what that meant because I never believed in reincarnation. I left the meditation and I went to my father's funeral, and he came and spoke through my body again and apologized to my mother for being aggressive. My brothers and sisters were very astounded because this has never happened before. Since that date, every month I was getting revelations. One day I was in my living room and my body energy was going crazy, so I sat down in meditation. And at that point, I cried because I remember what happened, and what happened is so holy and so sacred, and I swear if any of you saw this much of what I have seen, it will change your life. And the room was full of light around me. And then 2 or 3, I call them angels, they were like, it was like light in a mist. They were there and they were moving me around. And I was told, this earth is for you. And I was pure spirit, I wasn't the body, and it was who I really am. And I said, I didn't want the earth like this. And they said, we can stop the earth now. And I said, no, I don't want to stop the earth, I love my children. Then I was repeating the word, stop the war, stop the war, stop the war. I was very much aware that the war had been stopped. There is not going to be a World War III. Then my eyes were moved around, and I looked, something was moving my eyes around, and I looked into the tree outside my house. And slowly out of the tree came who I thought was Krishna, because it was a blue face and with hair like this, and a bindi. And I had to Google it because I don't know much of the Indian gods. I know from coming here what I saw. So before Krishna there was Ganesh, and Ganesh was guiding me saying, you need to stop what you're doing now. You need to come back home. You have a duty to do. So Ganesh came to me first, and then Krishna was, then Brahma, and then Krishna. And Krishna was smiling at me saying, are you ready yet, Sofia? And I was completely still and speechless at seeing all this. As I said, I never believed in any of this. I was told to go to Egypt. They said, go to Egypt. The angel said, go to Egypt, go to Egypt. I booked a flight to Egypt 3 days later. I didn't know what I was doing in Egypt. I didn't have much knowledge about Egypt. All I know is that there's pyramids and Cleopatra and, you know, everybody does this, right? That's all I knew. I booked a tour guide, a spiritual tour guide, and the most incredible things happened in Egypt. The first thing when I went into a pyramid, as I got into the center of the pyramid, I started shaking and I started saying, Allahu Akbar, Krishna Islam, Allahu Akbar, Krishna Islam, Allahu Akbar, Krishna Islam. I was confused. Who says Allahu Akbar and Krishna at the same time? Then I did some research. The Prophet Muhammad does talk about Krishna in the Hadith. Who knows that? Who knows that? Then I went to see the goddess Sekhmet. I wear her ring, she's the goddess of power and war. And I went into this little temple. And as soon as I walked in, I started breathing strange and speaking a language, which all I can call it is an ancient language, not of this time. The guardians of the temple, they look after the temple, they pass it down in their family. They started saying, the prophecy is coming real, the prophecy is coming real. 5 minutes this lasted, and I came out and they just looked at me and said, they were speaking in Arabic, and they said to the tour guide, we need to take her to a part of the temple. Tourists don't go there, so they took me to the temple. And as soon as I stepped up, I started to have memories of something terrible happening in that room. And I started crying and screaming, and again speaking this foreign language. And the guardians of the temple crying, because my reaction was so intense. I was screaming, I was crying, I was touching the floor, speaking this language. And the guardians of the temple put their hands in prayer and they bowed down to me. And they kept saying, the God is here, the prophecy is real, the prophecy is real. When I walked out of that room, I felt normal again. It wasn't like it was something strange, but something that was a part of who I am. I had a number of experiences like this in various temples. And the final part was when I went into a shop where they sell Egyptian oils. So they put, the guy put like frankincense, myrrh, third eye oil, and incarnation oil. And all of a sudden my body got taken over and I could see the illusion of reality. And then Goddess Isis came and spoke and said, I am Isis, I am here now. I came back to England and I understood that I was not who I am now, that I needed to go back in my incarnations. And then a man phoned me. He's a shaman priest, and he said to me that he'd been having messages and visions from angels telling him who I am. So he said, we need to go into a deep meditation. And he came to my house, and we went into a deep meditation where the most sacred thing happened. And it was as if, it was like something opened up in the house. And I heard the voice of the mother, and she said that they'd been searching for me for thousands and thousands of years. And I need to take my responsibility. And I was like this, when I say me, I mean who I really am, was like this child who didn't know who she was. but was responding and knew the mother. And she told me that we are in the Garden of Eden. This earth is the Garden of Eden. You are living in the Garden of Eden right now. You have been lied to.
Can I ask something?
Sure. Did you want, is that a mic?
No, it's fine. मैं जानना चाहूँगा कि आप ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री में रही हैं, बॉलीवुड में काम किया, टीवी पे काम किया, हॉलीवुड फिल्म में काम किया, तो आपके लिए कितना मुश्किल है ये जो आपके लिए कितना मुश्किल है ये जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है ग्लैमर वर्ल्ड से और आपने शरण ले ली है, स्पिरिचुअल बन गए आप, ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के बारे में बताइए, हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज?
It's not difficult at all. I have to apologize for the work that I did in the industry because I was presenting a fake reality. I wore makeup. Most people wear makeup. Makeup has cancer-causing chemicals in it. Why are we killing ourselves to look good? And what is looking good? Who decides what looking good is? Because now, I truly believe that looking good is not wearing makeup. Because wearing makeup is killing you. Why are we killing ourselves and wearing a mask? This is beautiful. You know, whether you have spots or wrinkles or grey hair, this is beautiful. Makeup is killing you. Do people understand that? Face creams, makeup, it's killing you, it's cancerous. You look better. Someone told us that we look better with makeup.
अच्छा, घर वालों का, फैमिली का, फ्रेंड्स का, जो भी इंडस्ट्री में लोग हैं, जब उनको पता चला आपके बारे में कि you're turning into this, उनका रिएक्शन क्या था? Were they shocked, surprised? क्या रिएक्शन था सबका जब आपने पहली बार उनको बताया कि I'm leaving everything?
I think some people said to me, well, do you want to speak in Hindi?
Yeah, Hindi.
हिंदी, अच्छा। कोई लोग बोल रहे थे कि actually सोफिया आप spiritual भी बन सकती हो और actress भी बन सकती हो. You can stay an actress. और मैंने बोला that I'm not an actress anymore. I woke up, I became conscious to who I am. It's not fair. It's not, the industry is not fair because they are telling women how to dress, how to behave. So a woman is no longer what a woman should be. A woman is a product of what someone is telling her to be, and normally it's a man. You know, it's generally a man who is telling you how to dress and what to be. So I listen to the directors or the magazine people. Then the children look at me and they think that's how a woman should look.
तो आप अपने
Okay. So I guess I have to apologize to all of my fans, especially the young children who are influenced by what they see on television. Because I don't look like that. This is what I look like. Makeup is changing the way you look. And secondly, I'd say most celebrities have some form of surgery. Silicone implants, for example. Boobs are not meant to look like that.
You also had one.
Yeah. You want to know what this is? I'll show you. These were mine. Before I came to India, after my spiritual awakening, I took them out. This is what came out of my body. I'm sorry to all of those children that I made you think that you had to take and wear some of these. I apologize, I'm so sorry, because no one should cut up their body and put these things in. We are teaching the children wrong things. I was teaching the children wrong things. We have a duty in the media to show the truth, but we are not. We're putting these in our body as poisonous. I was okay. I don't have a problem with my body. Look, they're perfect. They look great from the day they went in. But this is what I had inside my body. I'm still recovering from the operation. I had the operation 3 weeks ago to take them out. Because this is not what a woman should look like. Anybody in the media has a responsibility to children. Because children looked at me and said, I want to look like her. But this is what I was. And this is not what a woman is. And I am ashamed and I'm sorry to all of my fans who wanted to look like me, because this is what I look like. And I love who I am now. I love the way I look now. I don't wear makeup because I love myself so much. I don't wear makeup because I don't want to give cancer to myself with the makeup. We all have a responsibility in the media to not publish pictures of women with implants and makeup. What are we teaching our children? It's a fake reality.
So क्या आप अपने friends या जो colleagues हैं उन्हें भी inspire करेंगे इस तरह की मतलब जो आपका transformation है उसके लिए? Would you like to suggest your friends कि वो भी इस तरह से करें?
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि ये जो आप देखते हो टीवी पे वो सच नहीं है. सच क्या है ये पूछो. मैंने एक healing किया एक लड़की के साथ. She's a mother, 50 years old. She had implants. उसने मुझे बताया कि उसकी बच्ची ने उसको देखा, बच्ची ने बोला मम्मी मुझे भी चाहिए. This is wrong.
One more question, last question कि अगर आपका transformation तो हो गया, why you felt the need to publicize and to come into media to talk about this कि you have turned something else like?
Why do I feel the need? Because if I left the media looking like that old Sofia, I still leave a legacy to young women of what they think a woman should look like. So I want women to stop this fake reality, stop living this false reality, you know. And the truth of this world is that we are in the Garden of Eden. You were born perfect. You are all perfect. You are children of God, every single one of you. You have been made to hate yourself, to judge yourself. You have been made to judge other people. You have been made to separate from others, from your religion. But we're all brothers and sisters, and the day is coming where you will wake up and look at a Muslim, look at a Jew, look at a Hindu and say, that's my brother, that's my sister.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Sofia, आपकी फिल्म आ रही